Democrat like James Clyburn or any of these other sellout ass Sambos talk that defund the police cost us elections bullshit. Let's be clear. For elected officials, for most elected officials, not all, but for 90% of elected Democrats, defund the police is merely a slogan. It is not a policy position, right? Only a handful, let's say the Squad and maybe a couple of others, truly believe that defund the police is a policy solution to the level of police violence and police murder that Black and brown communities endure. But the rest of the Democrats love the police. They love the police so much at the federal level, at the state level. Just look at a Democratic mayor near you. I'm sure that Democratic mayor wants to wrap their arms by and large around the police, or absolutely run cover or run interference when police in your city or town does something horrible. But make no mistake, when it comes to where their priorities lie, as we examine budgets, budgets are a reflection of your priorities and your moral agenda, as it were. Democrats are all for the police. And this has been demonstrated and proven positive once again by a very narrow House vote last night. $1.9 billion to boost the security after the January 6th insurrection. If you've been watching this program since and before, hopefully January, you will know that not only me, but many of our guests that we have had talk specifically about police actions in Washington, D.C. We have been telling y'all that this was going to happen, that the federal government, federal law enforcement apparatus was going to get a major increase in funding when they already get shit tons of money. Today, can we take a look at C2, please? This is a tweet. Hold on, let me get to my screen. Yes, that is right. Quick update, y'all. Devastating news. This dangerous bill passed 213 to 212. Woof. With Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, and Jamal Bowman abandoning their positions and voting present instead of against, thus supporting giving cops more money and weapons to use against the most vulnerable people. That is exactly what is going to happen. Thank you very much for that, Alex, with the multisyllabic Greek name. I'm not going to even try it, but we respect the Greeks. Delicious food, nice people, gorgeous men. Sorry, I got distracted. Thank you, Alex. Yes, Alex, y'all, amazingly, this is the point in time we're in history where perhaps what is up is down, what is left is right. When Democrats vote overwhelmingly to fund the police and the Republicans vote overwhelmingly not to fund the police, what is happening? Where are we? Are we in a bizarre world? Is it still 2020? Did the plane even land? I don't know what's going on. But as I mentioned, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Jamal Bowman all voted present. They did not vote no. Who voted no? Ayanna Pressley, Ilhan Omar, and of course the goddess, Cori Bush. What's up, St. Louis? What's up, St. Louis County? What's up, 314? Cori Bush said, nah, Joe, we ain't doing that. Tuna, can you pop up that Cori Bush tweet for me, please? Because y'all know, and I'm so grateful. And again, y'all, we are not going to stand these politicians as individuals. They are not personality, cult of personality. We're not going to do that. Like, they work for us. We need to hold them accountable. Okay. Like, we like Cori Bush. We like Cori Bush so much. And I was quite encouraged that Cori Bush took this stance and she actually voted no. She is not with the shits. Cori Bush said the white supremacist insurrection was not a failure of funding, it was a failure of leadership. That's right. You can't stop white supremacy by investing in more money in policing, in a policing system that is built to uphold and protect it. Cori Bush. Y'all should be so proud of her, Ferguson. I'm so impressed with Cori Bush. But it's so weird. I don't know if y'all saw clips of when the vote was actually about to take place. And it wasn't so significant. That's why I didn't pull it. But Cori Bush walked up to the microphone and was like, yeah, y'all, I'm just here to tell y'all AOC said she's voting present. Now, why AOC ain't walk out there and say that herself, I'm not really sure. But that's what happened. So 6 Democrats did not support this bill. 3 actually voted no. 3 voted present. And I gotta tell y'all, bye, Susan. Bye, Susan. Thank you so much for coming to hang out, sweetheart. We so appreciate it. How are you going to sell this in 2022? Like if especially, and again, here in the District of Columbia, it was particularly glaring the way that the white supremacist insurrectionists were treated even before January 6th versus the way that Black liberation activists were treated in the city. I mean, by leaps and bounds. And to make it even worse, not a federal issue, but just a local issue, just so y'all know, FYI, Metropolitan Police, DC Police have ordered twice as much pepper spray as they had last year. And the reason that they gave was that they ran out of pepper spray on January 6th. Mind you, these motherfuckers that showed up, if you go to one of our previous shows, were either Chuck or Chuck Modiano or Sean Michael Love from Black House News was on. You'll see DC police pepper spraying the fuck out of people at jail support, where it is not a confrontational sort of thing. People show up with supplies, with support to greet comrades as they are released on bail or released from custody. You know, and they doused people with pepper spray. So we already know what time it is because, again, I didn't see no rubber bullets being fired at the insurrectionists. I barely saw any tear gas. You know, all the flashbangs, all that shit was used extremely minimally on that Trump crowd versus how liberally it was used on Black folks and our allies. And the Democrats are all for this, all for it. Nancy Pelosi, now she didn't, I watched the when she spoke about this briefly yesterday, and it was very brief. She was more pleased about the January 6th commission getting a vote or getting approved. But she mentioned this very small, and she even threw in something about the custodial staff for the U.S. Capitol, which is a part of the bill I'm not familiar with. But hold on, let me back this up, y'all, because the U.S. Capitol Police, who already have an operating budget of $500 million. Let me say that again. The U.S. Capitol Police by themselves, just them, have an operating budget of $500 million. And they're about to get a 20% increase in funding, over $100 more million in this bill. And when I think of the U.S. Capitol Police, first of all, we are going to do a whole show. Have I said this already? Have I already made this promise that we're going to do a whole show on January 6th? And if you follow me on Twitter, I quote tweeted someone who said, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so tired of hearing about January 6th. I'm like, bitch, January 6th was amazing. Like January 6th was out of this world. I'm so sorry that my grandparents were not alive to see January 6th, 2021. It was the most amazing thing I think I have ever witnessed with my own eyes in this nation. Cops and racists fucking each other up. Shorty, on the steps of the U.S. Capitol. Shorty, it don't get more poetic than that. I mean, that is like that's a legend. Like that's a story. That is prophecy. Like, right? Like someone foretold this. And it came to pass. And y'all, we witnessed it. We have been here. I want to do a whole show on January 6th, but I need to find the right person who has been following like the charges, because I think it's over 400 people have already faced charges or have been charged in some sort of connection to this, right? Mind you, there's way more than 400 people out there. I digress though. And I want us to just spend the hour just looking at some of the footage. I mean, maybe, am I the asshole? I don't think I am. Because every time they show new footage, and by the way, the FBI dropped a new clip of cop getting fucked up. I mean, he didn't die, but he got his ass kicked. And I swear to God, I laughed. I mean, I found that shit to be so hilarious. Like it never not brings a smile to my face, right? Look at my enemies tearing each other to pieces. My God. I mean, it's enough to bring a tear to your eye. We are going to re-examine January 6th. Help me find y'all. Maybe y'all have some suggestions. Someone, a reporter, a journalist that would have to be cool with coming on this platform, right? There's a local guy who works at the NBC affiliate here in DC. His name is Scott McFarland. Now, Scott McFarland, I have been following his reporting, and I find it to be pretty credible and well-sourced. Scott McFarland probably ain't coming on burning down like Kim Brown. And that's understandable. I'm not even mad at Scott McFarland at all. I get it. So if y'all know somebody who is about it, or if y'all have a recommendation, please point me to that person, because we need to, I almost want to have like a Kiki session over January 6th footage, because again, amazing. Go to my Twitter page, y'all. What the fuck is my Twitter? At Kim Brown Live. My background picture is the dude with his feet kicked up on Nancy Pelosi's desk. You know why? Because I fucked with that shit. I respected the sentiment of that, to be perfectly honest, and I'm like, damn, Charlie. Salute you, young man. put your feet all over her desk. Fuck her couch. Okay. All of that. What time is it? I'm all over the place. Oh, good. Okay. I didn't even know that we was that close. Good. Democrats, y'all, love the police. Make no mistake about it. Don't you ever let them tell you any different. Only 3, really, we believe, are not here to perpetuate the police state. Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley, Cori Bush. Now, we are not going to hold Jamal Bowman, AOC, and Rashida Tlaib. We're not going to be too mad at them, because at least they didn't cave and vote yes, right? Who's the House whip? Steny Hoyer? Yeah, Steny Hoyer couldn't whip them votes. Is he yeah, Steny's the House whip, right? Steny couldn't whip them votes. And I'm glad. That did show some resolve. Some might even, some might argue that they cowered it out by just not voting no. And I guess we'd have to ask them. And I hope that, their constituents will hold them accountable for the way that they decided to vote, or just vote president. I don't know.